This video is a full guide on how to think more positively. And let me tell you something, bro. If you can put your full attention and if you can put your trust into my advices, you will go from being like me before, who's like crippled with like negative thoughts all the time. You wake up and it's just chatting, like your brain is just like kind of like bullying you in a sense, to actually just like waking up and going outside, just having way more positive thoughts. And even though it's like difficult to just like prove to somebody, the transformation that I've had with those advices, with self-improvement, with improving my mental health, the transformation that I've had on like improving my thoughts is absolutely fantastic, bro, and I really wish that for you. So this is why I've put together this full guide to how to think more positively. So let's get right into it. Step 0, automatic versus manual thoughts. This is a concept which is basically describing like what type of thoughts are you actually thinking, right? Because you probably just think, oh yeah, negative thoughts, but you don't really know what type of thought you're thinking. So this is really important to actually know about. You have two types of thoughts. Manual, which you just like, if you say, for example, think into your mind your name. Okay, so my name is Tom, for example. My name is Tom. You can literally say it in your mind, my name is Tom. This is a manual thought that you've just implanted into your mind. Now there is automatic thoughts. There are automatic thoughts basically, who are just like kind of like the thoughts that your brain produces just like randomly. And most of the time, let's be honest, those automatic thoughts are actually the ones that are negative, right? Because you wake up and like, your brain is just like thinking all bullshit automatically, and it's automatically giving you like, automatically bullying you, automatically giving you some like negative thoughts and shit, which is like just fucking crazy. And like obviously it's just fucking bad for you and for your mental health. So that was really important, and it will come in later in the video, will come in handy later in the video, because manual thoughts and automatic thoughts plays a huge role on like your life quality, how good you feel, and we're going to use that later in the video. That was the step 0. Step 0, basically understanding your thoughts. That was really quick. Step 1 right now is the 2 types of negative thoughts. Because there are 2 types of thoughts, automatic and manual, and there are 2 types of negative thoughts. You have anxiousness for the future. You're basically just like anxious for the future. You're thinking, okay, but like, what if that happened? What if in the future this is going to happen and this and this? You're basically anxious. And rumination from the past. This is when you're thinking like, oh, fuck me, bro. Like this time in high school when I did this thing, oh, everybody knows about it. Oh yeah, everybody is thinking about it right now. This is like ruminations from the past. And you've probably experienced the 2 kinds of thoughts. For most people, if I can be honest, it's either most of them, one of them. Basically, it's like, what I mean is for some people, they are way more anxious about the future than they are like depressed about the past. And for some people, it's the like reverse, where it's like they're so fucking depressed about the past, but like the future, they're like a little bit anxious, but that's okay, right? For me, if I can be honest, it's way more of the future. I'm like a fucking worrier, bro. I'm like always thinking like, oh shit, like what if that happened in the future? What if I don't achieve my goals? What if this? What if my parents? What if that? Oh, I'm so worried. I am like a warrior. Maybe for you, it's like you're like more of like a depression type of guy, when you're just thinking every single time about the past. Your brain is telling you, like it's bullying you with thoughts of like, oh yeah, bro, like remember this thing that you've done before? Remember this thing? Oh yeah, everybody remembers it. For some people it's like that, maybe for you, or maybe you're just like me, when you're like, you wake up and like your automatic negative thoughts are like your brain telling you, oh yeah, like what if you don't do this, what if that, basically anxious for the future or depressed for the past. Those are the 2 types of negative thoughts, and they are so important to actually understand. Now step 2 is, why are we so negative today? Why are we so negative? And for that, I got again 2 reasons, 2 causes of why like our brain just seems to like bully us, why our brain just seems to like be so negative all the time. And the first one is, you've probably guessed it, social media. I could talk about just bad habits in general, to be honest, and this is probably true. Like if you do a lot of like the bad habits, like junk food, porn, etc., your self-esteem like decreases and you feel worse about yourself. Okay, fine, and those things are true, by the way. Like you shouldn't do porn or junk food, etc., because those things will make you feel worse and make you feel more like a loser, and you will have more negative thoughts. But social media is especially social media, it's the worst habit that you can do. And what I mean by social media is like, for example, just like scrolling, watching the fucking news, bro. Like I haven't included like watching TV, watching the news, because almost nobody out there, unless you're like fucking 60 years old, nobody just like thinks like watches the news or watches the TV and shit. But like reading newspaper, reading articles and shit like that, even like on social media you have like drama and beef between like other influencers, right? And this one and this one and this one and shit. Like if you're like in the fucking like bodybuilding fitness niche, there's always some fucking drama and shit. Oh, celebrity drama and shit. Like, oh, social media is the worst. It's the fucking worst. Like, it's the fucking cancer for positive thoughts, and it's like the best fucking soil for negative thoughts. Like, you can literally quote me on this. Social media is the cancer for positive thoughts, and it's the best soil for negative thoughts. Most of us, including bro, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I still struggle with this, bro. You and I, we have a fucking addiction to just social media. We have a fucking addiction to social media. We're always just like scrolling or watching something. Like, it's fucking crazy like how fucking addicted to social media we actually are. It's fucking crazy, bro. And so when you see all of this drama, all of this beef, bro, it's like fucking like bad news bombarding your brain, and your brain is literally being conditioned, being trained to actually just like just think about like how, like I have a smile but it's like nervous. Like, how fucking crazy is that? Like, with all of that negativity, all of that FOMO, all of that drama, that beef, your brain is literally like getting conditioned, getting trained to actually just like being negative all the time, looking out for like all of the negative things. Oh yeah, and there's this drama, and there's this beef, and this beef, and this, oh, and I have FOMO, oh, and this guy on Instagram who has more money than me, who's more attractive than me, and oh, and start comparing yourself. You're like, what the fuck is wrong? What the fuck is wrong with us? Literally just like fucking consuming so much on fucking social media when we know for a fact it is destroying our brain. And to be honest, bro, look, we are not bad persons. You and I, bro, we are not bad persons for being addicted to social media, because those things have literally been made to be addictive as fuck. I've made a full like 20-25 minute video on like basically titled "Social Media is the Enemy." You can see it on my YouTube channel if this topic of like social media, etc., like being bad for your mental health is like really intriguing to you. But I've made a full video literally explaining, bro, like social media is the fucking cancer if you want to improve your mental health, right? This is why, bro, I post on social media, right? I post on social media. I want to deliver this message of like mental health, but I hardly ever am on social media, and I'm trying my best to reduce how much social media I'm actually consuming. And we are going to have a step later on like how to reduce social media, how to tackle this thing. So that was the first thing, bro, and it's way more important than you realize. It's probably one of the most important one. Social media, because of all of the fucking drama, the FOMO, etc. The second reason, the second cause of why we are so negative, it's way deeper than social media. Those are unprocessed emotions. Unprocessed emotions that are just stuck inside of you. Because think about it, bro, you've probably, nobody had like a perfect childhood, right? We still had some times where we like argue with our parents. Even if you were born in like a really good family, let's say like a wealthy family and everything, like you still had problems in your childhood. Maybe you felt abandoned. Maybe your parents shouted at you. Maybe they even threatened you. They fucking slapped you or some shit like that. They physically abused you, or even some like more crazy shit like that, right? And it's not even like with family. It can be like in your adult life. But I want you to think about this, bro. We probably have kilos, literally fucking kilos of like fucking emotions literally stuck inside of us, like kilos in the sense of like we have so much emotion, so much stuck emotion, like stuck inside of us that we haven't processed. Because one moment, let's say like we had like an incident, for example, when we were a child, and we were supposed to like, for example, cry, or we were supposed to be angry, but our parents, or I don't know, the teacher or some shit told us, no, don't cry, don't be angry. If you want me to be a little bit deep, bro, when I was in primary school, I got bullied. I got bullied by like, I think like 2-3 guys. And when they would bully me, when they would make fun of me, when they would like fucking push me onto the fucking wall, I wanted to cry. I wanted to be angry. I wanted to fight back. But I was so scared. Scared that they would just punch me even more. Scared that they would make fun of me. Scared that like because I would be angry, I would end up like seriously hurting one guy, and so I would be put into fucking detention. I was scared and I wasn't allowed to fucking express my emotions, because not only because of those guys, but because of like the fucking school rules and shit like that. This is why you and I, bro, even if you've not been like as much of like a bully victim as me, we have like a lot of shit that hasn't been processed. And those unprocessed emotions, they come out of us in the worst way possible. This is why you get a craving for all of those like social media, for all of these bad habits that you know are bad for you, that you know are just like making your health worse, that are just like decreasing your mental health, decreasing your self-esteem. But we have such a craving for them because we run away from all of those emotions that are stuck inside of us. Because if you and I, we were to be put in like an empty room with no stimulation, no social media, just like a white empty room, we would have to face all of those emotions. And we try to run away from them because they feel horrible. This is the real reason. Social media is definitely a big part of that, but I would say social media is like at most 30% of the problems. If you can learn to process your emotion, which I'm going to show you later in the video, not only your desire for bad habit will start to fade away because you have less to run away from, and so you don't need to be overstimulated by bad habits all the time. So you will literally reduce your bad habit, which will improve everything in your life, not only your mental health, but also, bro, you will have such a good quality of life because you'll be able to sit there with no stimulation and just like your baseline will be like happy. Right? Because for us, our baseline with no stimulation is like bad because we have all of those unprocessed emotion. If you process every emotion in the next few years, which, bro, it takes a lot of time, but it is definitely possible without any bullshit therapy or pills, medication, etc. If you like process a big fucking part of like your trauma, which each progress that you make, which each trauma that you process, your happiness baseline will just improve. And there will be a time, after some time, that your happiness will be so high that you could just like be in like an empty room and just be happy. And that would be such a good thing to do, bro. Just fantasize about this thing for a second, because it is really like kind of like a fantasy of mine to just like be sat there in an empty room and still be like happy, you know, because I'm just cured. Like, I've improved my mental health so much. I've cured like my own fucking unprocessed emotion, my own trauma so much that I can literally be happy 24/7 and I don't need any like external worldly stimulation, which is fucking awesome. So that was the two reasons, the two big causes of why we are so negative. Step 3 now, tackling the issue of social media. Like I've said before, there are two reasons, social media and unprocessed emotion. Now we're going to go over the tactic that I've used to actually just reduce greatly the amount of time that I've spent on social media. And this tactic is so fucking simple, and you've heard it so many times, and when I'm going to say it, you're going to be bored and you're going to click away. But if you're addicted to social media, bro, you've probably just haven't used the fucking tactic, even though you've heard it like so many times. It's fucking crazy. Like, we hear something that could change our life, and yet we don't apply it because we hear it so many times and we kind of like get bored. And the tactic, bro, is just simple. Put your damn phone and technology away. Put your technology away. And like I said, bro, you've heard me say this shit and you're like, oh yeah, bro, I know, yeah, you know, put my phone away, etc. I won't change anything. If you're still addicted to fucking social media, bro, I know for a fact that you haven't fully applied it. Because maybe, you know, once or twice you've put like your phone like underneath your bed or in the bed or like in the bathroom or some shit like that. But you haven't implemented the other part of the advice, which is not only just like, oh yeah, you know, create as much physical distance away from your technology. It's also, bro, do something else. Do something else, bro. Go outside, go to the gym, go to like a park, for example, with your keys, maybe your wallet or some shit, and nothing else. When I go to like, I don't know, a park to do my daily walk in nature, I don't bring my phone. Because it's fucking cancer, right? I don't need Google Map to see the fucking like, oh, where is the park and shit. Because if I get lost, well, that's okay. I'm just going to ask a person and I will get like some extra social skills, you know what I mean? Like, put your damn phone away and then just go and do something else. Because if we are just put in the same room, if, for example, like I have an apartment, if I am in my apartment and my phone is in the other room, I'm going to end up grabbing it one time, and I'm going to make excuses. Oh yeah, I need it for this, I need it for that. Next thing you know, I'm just scrolling on fucking like YouTube for hours, listening to hours of music and shit, right? Because look, you and I, we are crackheads, we are addicts. Would you say to an addict, oh yeah, you know, like, put your heroin fucking like stinger, like how do you call, bro, like how do you go do the fucking like shit to inject something, syringe or some shit like that, like I think it's syringe, right? It's like, oh yeah, put your heroin like drug syringe just away and do nothing else. Would you say that to a crackhead? Or even worse, would you say to a crackhead, yeah, you know, bro, that's okay, you know, a little bit of like heroin, a little bit of drug, it's okay for you, it won't harm you. Would you say that to a fucking crackhead? Of course not. Of course not, bro. This guy has been like imagine like a guy with like alcohol addiction, alcoholism. It's like, would you say to a fucking alcoholic, oh yeah, bro, just a bit of whiskey, just a bit of alcohol, that's okay, bro, it won't harm you. Yes, it will fucking harm him, because it will start drinking and it will start binge drinking afterwards, right? It's the same for us. We can't say, oh yeah, bro, just a little bit of social media, that's okay, because we are fucking addicts. We are fucking addicts. So the best thing for us is just first up to create as much distance, physical distance away from like our drug, which is basically our phone and technology, and also to just busy ourselves and to do something else, right? To do something else. And what can we do? Like right now that you don't have like hours of like scrolling, what can you do right now? You can go outside on a walk, speak to people. Suddenly you can go and do your homework. Suddenly you can go and start like a business or like something else. Suddenly you can go and like go to the gym. Wow, you have so much fucking time right now. It's fucking crazy. You can do so many things. Suddenly you have the time to process the unprocessed, the stuck emotion inside of you, right? Right now that you're not scrolling anymore. So step one of like curing social media, create as much physical distance away from your phone. And step two, go and do something else. Go and process those emotions. Go to the gym, go outside, go and meet some people. Go and do the good habits that will actively improve your mental health. Step 4 right now, and probably one of the most important one, processing the unprocessed emotions. For all of that time during basically the beginning of this video, I've told you, yeah, bro, those emotions, process the emotions and you will have like less craving for a bad habit, and those things are so true. This step is entirely dedicated to telling you how to process those emotions. And this will get really deep. Your unprocessed emotions are the child version of yourself inside of you. They are your inner child. He's literally, every single time you feel worried, every single time you're not like distracting yourself, busying yourself, even with good habits, every single time you're not overstimulating yourself, you will end up having like a random memory or a random emotion of like years ago, maybe months ago. Like think about it, bro. Like maybe like you're an adult right now. You're an adult. If you do nothing else, you just stare at your wall, you don't like try to meditate or be productive, you just do nothing, you will randomly, even like one moment, having like a memory from college, from middle school, from high school, a memory that is actually pretty painful, right? You will like, just your brain will randomly think about like that time when you got bullied in school, that time that like the bully, like I don't know, like slapped you or made fun of you in front of the whole class. And you will try to run away from it. You will try to run away. And I literally experienced that. Literally, like yesterday, I was about to sleep and my brain like hit me with one of those memories that needed to be processed, right? Because when your brain hits you with one of those like, you know, memories that are like pretty painful, your brain is basically telling you, oh yeah, here's a memory that you need to process ASAP. I got hit with that memory, and the first thing I felt the desire inside of me was to actually just like wake up, order junk food, like literally wake up, go to the fucking grocery store, to the fucking like supermarket, and go and order like a bunch of fucking crisp and granola and fucking sugary snacks and shit. Basically eat a lot of junk food. I felt the desire inside of me, and I almost fucking laughed at it, because I was like, it's so fucking crazy. Like I got hit with this like emotion, this memory that I needed to process. that actually feels bad. And the first thing I wanted to do was just going to do some bad habits and shit. And then the second thing that I wanted to do was like, I was starting to think about like how to be more productive. I was starting to think about, oh yeah, maybe I can change this, maybe I can be more productive, maybe I can record this video and shit. Fucking like crazy, bro. I wanted to distract myself with good habit, and I wanted to just like run away from the bad feeling with bad habits, bro. It's just fucking crazy. So your brain will hit you with this memory that needs to be processed, that will actually help you cure your trauma, and you will try to run away from it. And the thing that I want to tell you, bro, is to just stop and not run away from it. It's time. If you want to improve mental health, it is time that you focus and you face the demons inside of you. Your inner child, every single time you have this memory, is like your inner child, literally like the child, like the 5-year-old version of you that is worried. He's pulling on your fucking trousers and he's like, yeah, I'm so worried about this. Yeah, I'm so angry about this memory. Imagine just how you've been responding to that child. Because for most of my life, when the inner child like tugged on my fucking trousers, like pulled my trousers and told me, yeah, Tom, I'm so worried, I'm so this, the first thing I did was like go and work, go and do bad habits. Or I looked at my, like the children version of myself and I was like, no, we are not worried, we are not angry because, like we are strong and we are this and everything. And oh, well, yeah, we are so productive, bro. Oh yeah, bro, entrepreneur, yeah, I'm making videos and shit. I got a little bit sad, bro. I got a bit sad thinking about it because this little guy, the inner child of you, he's just here to just say his piece. He's there and he's telling you, yeah, I'm so worried, I'm so worried, I'm so worried. And every single time we just choose to just not listen to him. For you, maybe it's like, you're like way more of like, a guy that is like depressed about the past, and your inner child is way more like, oh yeah, I'm so depressed, I'm so angry about this memory and this memory and this memory and this memory. Every single time you get hit with like a bad memory, it's your brain telling you, bro, just fucking process this fucking emotion, please, I need it. He's like telling you, bro, it's like your brain is like the inner child. He's telling you, please, just listen to me. I gotta tell you something, I'm so worried, please listen to me. And every single time we're like, no, we're not going to listen to you. We are going to do bad habits. No, we are not going to listen to you. We are going to go and eat junk food and watch porn. And you run away from the child. It's way fucking deeper, bro. And so what do you think is the solution? The solution is just to listen to the inner child. What it practically means is that when you have a bad memory like this, don't run away from it. And just be curious. Just ask yourself, oh, that's right. This memory, I'm still angry about this fact that I got bullied. I'm still like so like awkward and shy, and I still feel like the shame when those bullies like made fun of me in front of the whole class. Yeah, that's right. I'm so fucking like, I feel so bad right now. I feel so anxious, or I feel so depressed about the past. Oh, that's right. I feel so worried about the future. Just like a fucking retard. Just state how you feel. Just state how you feel. Just tell yourself, okay, I am anxious. Yeah, I feel heavy in my chest. I feel heavy in my tummies. So I am anxious because those are the symptoms of anxiety in myself. Like I find it hard to breathe. I have like a heaviness on my chest, on my tummies. It feels hard. Just say it like that. And after you start saying it, this emotion will actually start to just like come up again, and you will feel the shame, or you will feel the sadness, or the anger, or like the desire to just like tell everything. And you will even like, you will almost, this is what I do, right? You will almost just like tell to yourself, yeah, you fucking bitch, like you will just be angry, or you will be sad, or you will have like this desire to just fucking cry, or just shadowbox some shit like that, right? Those are things like that. This is basically like how the emotion comes up inside of you. This is literally the emotions getting processed. Once this emotion is like up in you and you can really feel the emotion, this is when you need to just lay down and you need to relax. You need to like breathe deeply, relax your muscle, relax your tummies, relax like this area, like the front area, like your tummies, your chest, and like your sternum. This is when you need to relax. And as you relax for a few minutes, you will start to see the emotion disappearing. Now, that doesn't mean that the emotion is like fully processed, but you've actually processed like a part of this, like, you know, of this like bad memory of yours. And if you do that maybe a few more times for the same memory, you will cure this memory altogether. This memory will literally stop popping up into your head. You won't think about like the bullies in school if you actually cure this like this like chapter of your life. If you cure this trauma, you won't think about them anymore. Then you go on the next thing. Maybe it was like in high school or something. Maybe something happened in high school, maybe like one event, maybe you got rejected by a girl. Okay, and then you process this emotion. Okay, you listen to the inner child, you let the emotion come up, then you relax, and you do that a few more times for the same memory again. Boom, you just cured this memory. And on to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And you will find out with like, almost like surprised, that you have like so much like shit holding inside of you. You have so much things that are just holding you back, so much trauma. And for most of your life, this is why you ran to the bad habits. This is why you actually did the bad habit, because you wanted to run away from them. And this is why you felt so bad. This is why your brain literally got like so much fucking negativity. It was literally because it was like bombarding you with just negative memory, negative thoughts, just to tell you, please, please just process those emotions. And right now with this like video, you've literally just learned how to process the stuck emotion inside of you, which is extremely powerful. Fucking step 5 is gratitude journaling. Step 5, gratitude journaling. This is a habit that will this time help you think more positively. So first off, apply step 3 and step 4, process the emotions, distance yourself away from bad habits and especially social media. Now step 5 is a habit that I want you to implement, gratitude journaling, that will help you think more positively, be more grateful, be more of like a warm, welcoming person that will help you in your dating and social life. This is a habit that is essential for improving your mental health. Gratitude journaling, what you're basically doing is that you take like a piece of paper, a notebook, a journal. You can do it on like, you know, PC, or you can do it on your phone. But I'm telling you, as soon as I switched like paper, I just got like better results, right? It's just like you will have worse results if you do it on like technology. And bro, like your screen time is already like pretty high enough, so that's okay, bro. You can literally just like grab a piece of paper and just write down the date, and then 1 or 2 things that you're grateful for. Don't be lazy. Don't write down mother, or I don't know, cup or some shit like that. I don't know, glasses. You know, don't be lazy. In full sentences, you write down, I am grateful for my mother. Why? Because she is one of the most lovable person on earth. Simple. On to the next one. I am grateful for my cup because it's really beautiful and I use it a lot, and if I were to like break the cup, it would be like pretty fucking like annoying for me. So I'm grateful for it. I am grateful for the apartment. I'm grateful for my apartment because like imagine if I get kicked out of the apartment, I will be literally forced to live on the fucking streets, which would be fucking crazy. It would be like such a bad fucking situation. I don't want to live under a fucking bridge. So I am grateful for my apartment. You do this habit every single day after you wake up. You know, like you wake up and you prepare yourself, and then you go and sit down and you write down 3, 4 things every single day that you're grateful for. You will literally train your brain. You are literally training your brain when you're thinking to yourself, when you're in front of the paper and you're like, okay, so what am I grateful for? You're literally training your brain to actually just be like, to think more positively, which is fucking crazy, bro. Because you're literally like, you're training your brain, you're conditioning your brain, unlike social media, to actually think more positive, more grateful thoughts, which is fucking crazy, bro. Imagine like, you could just like go down the streets and then just look at a fucking tree and be like, automatically, you know, like automatic versus manual thought, and your brain will automatically think, oh, this tree is so beautiful, I'm so grateful for this tree, right? This is literally happening to me, bro. I'll be just like walking in like a park or some shit or in nature, and like a dog would walk past me, and I would look at the dog and my brain would automatically think like, oh, this dog is so beautiful, this dog is so adorable, I'm so grateful for this dog. Like, this is fucking crazy, bro. Like, you can see the fucking smile on my face. It's absolutely fantastic, right? Because you're just like you're just living your normal day, and you're like this person which is like always like so happy and so grateful. And if you can like express this like gratefulness to other people, you will be so fucking appreciated. You'll be like, imagine you go to your mother and you're like, Mom, I'm so grateful for you. Like you're like one of the best person on earth. I love you. And then you give her a big hug. This will probably be one of the sweetest moments of your life, bro. And I really wish that for you. If you just dedicate yourself to like this guide, if you do the gratitude journaling, if you're literally training your brain and you're like processing the emotion, distancing away from the bad habits and social media, you will literally notice incredible progress in your own, like in the way that you're thinking. That was the full guide on how to think more positively. And if you can dedicate yourself, if you dedicate yourself to the advices of this guide, and you know them, you know everything that we've spoken about in the last 3 steps, if you dedicate yourself to applying those advices, you will go again from being this like one guy who's always crippled with negative thoughts, like your brain is just always bullying you. You will go from that to your brain literally just like being way more of like a friend to you. Your brain giving you like randomly for free, right? For free, thoughts of like gratefulness and like positiveness and hope and ambition. This is something that I really wish for you, bro. This is something that I really wish from the bottom of my heart for you, because this advice has literally just helped me so much. And I really want you to just look at it, take it, understand it, apply it, and see the result it makes for yourself. By the way, bro, if you want to improve your mental health even more than that, I've made a 2 weeks long program which is called the HNF 14 days program that is specifically designed for you to actually just improve your mental health the fastest way. If you're a young man right now and you're struggling with like depression, mental health issues, anxiety, all of those things that we are actually talking about right now, if you're struggling with that and you want to improve your mental health even further than with those full guides, the first link in the description, you can book a free coaching call with me. I get you on the HNF 14, and bro, you just see for yourself the fucking miracle it performs on people's mental health. I really hope that you're going to apply what I've told you in that step, in this full guide basically, because those advices, I've specifically thought about them to be as much useful and to be as much life-changing as possible. Goodbye, bro.